What are the real-world consequences of mining and producing rare earth elements?
One of the things that was most impactful to me when I was doing field work in Inner Mongolia. So this is a place that's been mining and refining rare earth elements for 40 odd years. Effectively the city was built around the rare earth mining and processing industry. One of the things that happened after my first couple of visits there, and I would always go, I wouldn't just go for a couple of days, I would go for at least a couple of weeks, sometimes 6, 8, or 10, is that I noticed that I was developing these sores on my skin, and I didn't really know what they were. And so, I asked a local friend, and they said, "Oh, that's just from the water. We all get those." I said, "Well, what do you mean? Is it the water that I take a shower in, or is it the water that I drink, or what is it?" And they said, "Well, it's both, actually." And then they kind of gave me a funny look, and they said, "Haven't you noticed that a lot of people here have, they look like maybe cuts or scrapes or lesions on their face or on their skin? And there's a lot of people that in more severe cases actually have bone deformities and things like that." And I asked what it was from, and they said, "Oh, it's from the mining. It's from the chemicals that come up that are used in mining, but also the pollutants that are brought up with the rare earth elements and not properly controlled." And so I looked a little bit more into this, and it turns out there's a lot of research that's been done in China to understand the scope of the problem. And it turns out that the pollution from the mining industry has led to a cancer mortality rate of 1 in 7 adults in some villages. Cancers that are directly related to lifelong exposure to pollution from the mining industry. Also, this pollution really affects children. And there's been robust studies that have also shown that the cognitive development of about 40% of the children in the region, and this is a region that has a population of about 6 million people, has been impacted from exposure to certain chemical pollutants. And after a while, I realized that I could tell who was a local and who was visiting or who was there for a shorter term just by looking at their skin, their teeth, and things like that. And for me to learn this, and then to use my laptop, to use my cell phone, it was very eye-opening for me. And that helped me realize that we can do things in a much better way. We don't have to create immense human suffering in order to have our laptops and our iPhones. We can do better.
The Rare Earth Elements Project is made possible by a generous grant from Roy Edelman, founder of Spectrum Life Sciences and namesake of the Roy Edelman Institute for Interpretation and Education at the Science History Institute.